Hi, it's Rian. Today I have a homewares haul for you, and it feels so good to be sitting back in front of the camera and chatting with you. It feels like it's been a really long time. I have been moving into my new apartment, which kind of explains the homewares haul. There are still a few more things I have to get for the space, but I just wanted to show you some of the things that I got so far that are my favorites. Starting with what is over here to my right. I literally just brought these in the door from the flower stand down the street, which is one of my favorite things about living in Holland, is there are just flowers stands all over the place. This is pampas grass, which is kind of all over interior design, Pinterest, Instagram, magazines, and it just looks really nice to me. I don't know, I love the natural fibers, natural textures, so pampas grass was kind of a definite for us. This vase is called the Frampresa from IKEA, and when I found it, I absolutely loved it. It is just a really great oversized vase. It's IKEA, so it is very reasonably priced. And if you look into IKEA, they're actually doing a lot to get more sustainable, which I was really, really happy to learn. I actually kind of designed, which I'll use that term loosely, our kitchen table, because they sell tabletops that are unfinished on IKEA, and they also sell different kinds of legs for a table. So I found a pair of legs that I really liked, and I thought would work well in the space, and I decided to finish the tabletop myself. So I actually got a lacquer and I sanded and sealed the tabletop, which was a little bit of a project, but I actually really loved the way it turned out, and it was incredibly cost effective. So on top of that, I'm hoping to do a tablescape. I found these really great candle holders, and I love that they are, I don't think they're actually wrought iron, but they do sort of feel like they might be, because they're cold to the touch, but they have these little like, you know, holders on the side, and then you could put a taper in it, and I just really liked these when I saw them. I saw them in the store, and then I came home and I was like trying to fall asleep one night, and I just like got the iPad and I like drew out my sort of vision for the space, and I went back and got these because I was like, I think we need these on the table. So these are definitely going to be part of it. They have these little rubber things on the bottom as well, which is nice because they won't scratch up the table that I just arduously sort of refinished. These are from a store here in the Netherlands called Blokker, but as with everything, if I got it here in the Netherlands, I will link if I can find it on their website, and then I'll link some things that you can buy in the US that are similar as well down below. So I won't leave you high and dry. Of course, we have to have the tapers to go inside, so I decided to go with these cream ones. I actually wanted sort of more of a beige color in my head. However, I couldn't find the color I was exactly looking for, and I think these will work pretty well. So these are just 12 large taper candles, and I got them at HEMA, which is kind of like a Target here in the Netherlands, so that is awesome. The next items I have to show you are all from Dill and Camille. I hope I'm saying that correctly. It is a Dutch store, and I had never been there until today. And I had, for the past few days, kind of been scrolling on their website and just falling in love with a ton of stuff in there. A lot of the things they have are made out of recycled materials, green materials, compostable materials, that kind of thing. They have like gardening things, homeware things, kitchen things, baking things. It's a really fun store. When I finally can go back to the US and visit, I'm gonna get all of my gifts for my friends from that store. But when I went in there today, I decided to get some Nielsen Massey extracts. These are the extracts that are sort of like the darling of many bakers. They're super high quality. So I decided to get the Madagascar vanilla, which is a tried and true, and also almond extract, because I am an almond, I love marzipan, almond flavored things are my favorite. Don't you love it when you find just something that is just works so perfectly, and like you absolutely just, you need something and it just fits perfectly. So we have on our counter, I only am allowing two things to be on there. One is, well, the cutting board, my espresso maker, and our olive oil and vinegar bottles. However, my fiance was a little bit worried. He was like, I think these might be leaking. I don't want them to ruin the really beautiful white marble countertops. So he was like, well, let's go and get like a placemat. And I was like, no, placemat's not gonna work because it's gonna be too big. And I found this tray, and I'm so excited. Like I'm way more excited about it than I should be, but it's just gonna be perfect to sort of just sit the olive oil and the vinegar on the counter in, and it matches with like the black interior of everything. So yes, very, very excited about that. The next two things that I picked up are these little Pyrex Kitchen Lab beakers, I guess you could say. They just measure out different things, and they say like 400 grams of rice, 500 grams of sugar, flour, and then liquid. And these are something we actually had in the apartment we were living in before that was fully furnished, and I used them all the time. And so I wanted to go to Dill & Camille when I saw on their website that they sold them and get some for this apartment, because a lot of times when you're baking and cooking in Europe, they don't do like cups and things like that. They usually do it by grams, and so this is just a really easy kind of cheating way to measure out what you need. The last thing I want to show you was also inspired by the apartment we were living in before. I had this blanket, and it was 100% cotton, and it was sort of like a waffle sort of texture, and I found when it was hot and I still needed that weight on my body in order to sleep, it was the perfect amount of weight. It wouldn't make me too hot. When it got to be cold in the winter, it was perfect for keeping me as warm as I wanted to be. It's just the perfect blanket. And so I wanted to make sure to get one for this apartment as well. And so I decided to get this one, and it is by, oh goodness, this is called, I think it's by Viva Rise. Yeah, Viva Rise, 100% cotton, and it's amazing. It's like this stone-washed black color, which really works with all of the colors in here, and it is the most amazing blanket. The thing I love about it is it's such a nice weight. So, you know, I was thinking about getting a weighted blanket, but I think this is like perfect for just like a little bit of weight to make you feel sort of cocooned. So I really, really love this blanket. So yeah, anyway, that brings me to the end of the homeware haul. I think the space is coming together really, really nicely. I'm thrilled with it, to be honest. And yeah, anyway, I will post more updates on here and on Instagram. If you want to follow me on there, it's @RhiannStar. And I will talk to you very soon. Bye!